Assalamualaikum semua. Saya Nazma binti Muhammad Jaafar, berniaga di Pasar Siti Khadijah melebihi 15 tahun. Antara produk yang paling popular dekat kedai saya adalah tudung bawal asli sulam tangan kerana ianya unik dan tersendiri. Ianya senang dipakai dan mudah dijaga. Songket tenung yang terdapat di kedai kita adalah tenunan dari Terengganu, Kelantan yang popular dengan sarunan tenunnya yang terbaik. Antara produk yang terkini adalah kaftan kita batik lukis tangan ya. Yang printed pun ada tapi yang terkini. Anda boleh datang ke kedai Azma dan Azrin Collection ataupun beli secara online. Dicari at Unifi. Sekian, terima kasih. Assalamualaikum.
Hai, Assalamualaikum. Nama saya Salsabila Zawawi, merupakan pemilik bawal.my yang menjalankan perniagaan tudung bawal secara dalam talian. Saya menjual tudung bawal cotton yang mempunyai pelbagai jenis sulaman seperti sulaman tangan, sulaman mesin dan kerawang. Tudung bawal sulam mempunyai corak atau desain yang evergreen dan terkini sesuai dengan cita rasa wanita sekarang. Best selling produk kami adalah tudung bawal sulaman tangan. Selain daripada corak dan material yang digunakan, ianya dihasilkan dengan 100% buatan tangan. Untuk maklumat lanjut, boleh layari Instagram official bawals.my atau layari profil bawals.my di cari at Unifi.
Our business have grown from one shop to over 30 shops, with over 300 employees serving more than 4 million customers per year. What's the secret to our success? Hard work and determination, and taking advantage of technology and digital tools to enhance our business. We engage our prospect through our online store and social media platforms. It has expanded our target audience and increased our sales. And to empower our staff, we use business insight to analyze and improve sales, GPS technology to improve delivery efficiency, and CCTV to monitor our warehouse 24/7. Once you have a right partner and the right tools, you will go far. I'm Adnani, Managing Director of MBG Go Digital.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi. Saya Abdul Hamid, berniaga di Pasar Besar Siti Khadijah bersama dengan isteri. Kami jual makanan kering seperti keropok, klepek sagu, dodo dan serunding ikan, daging dan ayam. Gerai kami ni kami ada serunding daging yang dibuat dengan halia bara. Itu keistimewaan kedai kami. Di sini apa yang kami buat sendiri, kopi mini dan kopi asipo. Kepada mereka yang hendak merasa serunding halia bara kami, bolehlah datang ke kedai kami, atau yang tidak dapat datang tu bolehlah beli di cari at Unifi.
Assalamualaikum, nama saya Roslina Surya binti Hussein. Kedai saya Su dan Min Hajar Zahara Serunding Kampung Laut. Produk yang saya jual di kedai ialah serunding daging tempatan, serunding daging import, ikan, ayam, lepas tu lembu boyo ni, daun kapal laut dan kepuk keping ikan tambang asli diperbuat daripada 100% ikan tambang asli. Serunding kampung laut ni mak saya buat dirilah. Dia proses sendirilah buat serunding ni. Kalau tak boleh mari di kedai saya, boleh beli online di cari at Unifi.
Assalamualaikum, saya Farhan Akmi dari Wan Rukiah Batik. Saya jual batik lukis, songket, tenung, tudung bawal, sulam tangan. Batik lukis memang asli buatan tangan, satu patuh dengan pelukis yang berkemahiran lah. Manik pun kita pilih yang berkualiti. Bawa kat sini sulam tangan lah, satu patuh. Design dia tak ada kat kedai lain. Kita memang khusus ada buat tempahan untuk batik ikut cita rasa pelanggan yang datang lah. Kita bagi harga yang sangat berpatutan dan berkualiti lah lukisan. Bagi siapa yang berminat boleh terus ke kedai saya atau beli secara online di cari at unifi.
Hello everyone, selamat tengah hari, selamat petang kepada anda yang sedang menonton kita orang secara langsung, secara live dekat akaun Unifi Business ini, dekat akaun Sembang Business ini. Ini merupakan episod kedua kita bersama untuk tahun 2022 dan seperti biasa dekat Sembang Business kita akan sembang-sembang dengan entrepreneurs, dengan expert-expert kita daripada beberapa industri yang berbeza ya tuan-tuan dan puan-puan. Sebelum itu, let me introduce myself. My name is Zoe dan kepada korang yang tak tahu, tak pernah dengar tentang Unifi Business Club, untuk pengetahuan anda, UBC ni merupakan satu business community oleh Unifi di mana purpose utama mereka, misi utama mereka adalah untuk spread awareness dan juga nak bagi advice kepada semua entrepreneur, kepada semua SME, usahawan dan juga usahawan wanita di luar sana, lagi-lagi dekat dunia digital dan juga e-commerce yang sangat-sangat kompetitif ni. Okay, level korang nak bersaing dengan e-commerce ni memang lagi dahsyat daripada nak buka kedai yang biasa ya. So kalau korang ada apa-apa soalan, kalau anda ada apa-apa tertanya-tanya ke pasal UBC ataupun soalan mengenai bisnes anda, macam mana nak improve bisnes anda, apa mungkin nak dapatkan tips-tips, boleh letak dekat comment section down below dan tim kita orang akan jawab pada akhir live ini. Okay, Zoe nak ingatkan juga jangan lupa untuk kalau korang nak jadi sebahagian daripada Unifi Business Club ni, untuk subscribe ke Unifi Biz Package dan anda secara automatik akan diregister sebagai member of this community. Kepada korang yang dah pun subscribe tu, wow, terima kasih sangat-sangat sebab anda dapat enjoy privileges macam diskaun, free trial, webinar dan macam-macam lagi. Anda hanya perlu akses ke www ataupun akses ke ubc.unifi.com.my untuk tahu dengan lebih lanjut. Okay, kalau korang nak apa-apa lagi, sekali lagi tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, siapa ada soalan di luar sana, it doesn't really matter guys, there's no right or wrong questions here. If it's regarding your business, just put your questions in the comment section down below. Okay, dan nama dia pun Sembang Business. Takkan Zoe nak bagi lecture dekat korang pula pasal bisnes. Confirm nanti bisnes tak maju kalau Zoe yang bagi tahu. Okay, kita ada expert-expert di luar sini. Kepada korang yang dah bertemu dengan beliau, dah pernah buat bisnes dengan beliau, he always says that he likes to make his customer happy. He is the general manager of SME Medium Business, Unifi Business. Beliau sangat-sangat berpengetahuan, berpengalaman tinggi dalam dunia digital transformation. He is an experienced digital transformation practitioner with demonstrated knowledge in Telkom and ICT. Memang beliau sangat-sangat passionate about the state of the art IoT, AI driven smart devices and juga 5G. Yang penting orang jangan tanya dia 5G datang ke rumah korang tu bila, okay? Kita tak nak fokus kat tu, kita nak fokus pasal business aspect. Dengan itu, tuan-tuan puan-puan, saya ingin menjemput Encik Maznan Derman on the show.
Hai Zoe, apa khabar semua? Apa khabar rakan-rakan SME saya di luar sana? Zoe buka cerita tadi, saya dah bersemangat Zoe. So, lepas ni kita akan cerita lagi hari ni, sembang tentang apa benda ni cloud dan juga cloud storage dan juga whether dia safe atau tidak ya. Tapi tak nak still the thunder, nanti kita akan bincang sama-sama. Zoe,
exactly. simpan semua rahsia-rahsia tu Encik Maznan. Kita sambung cerita lepas ni. Our next guest on the show, dia merupakan Business Development Consultant daripada Hukum Malaysia. Kalau korang tak tahu, tak pernah dengar pasal Hukum Malaysia ni, Hukum Malaysia sebenarnya provide customers dengan cara yang senang untuk review dan juga membeli segala latest accessory for your mobile phone. Kalau siapa yang suka beli accessory untuk mobile phone anda tu, korang boleh check out Hukum Malaysia. With that, ladies and gentlemen, let's invite Miss Tara Teo.
Hi everyone. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Miss Tara. I see that we're matching here today.
Try to look brighter.
I love. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next person that we're going to have on the show, ini dia. Kalau kita nak cerita pasal cloud storage hari ni, mesti ramai tertanya-tanya. Cloud storage ni selamat ke tidak? Apa dia punya security? Apa dia yang menjaminkan dia keselamatan dia? Jangan risau tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, dengan wujudnya Net Assist. Okay, if you guys have never heard of Net Assist, dia punya core business ni adalah untuk membantu organisasi di luar sana to secure the business operations in the most optimum manner through the total IT security service in Malaysia and the region. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite the CEO of Net Assist, Mr. Hon Fan Ping.
Hello. Selamat petang. Thank you very much, Joey, and the rest of the panel speakers. It's nice to be here, and it's an honor to actually share my experience. I've been around for cybersecurity industry for 26 years. So hopefully today, this afternoon, I can share a little bit of what I have seen, and that help you to secure yourself while embracing the cloud and do bigger business and do more business. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
I'm very, very excited to see how, in terms of security, right, has changed from, as you said, 26 years. I'm already coming 29. So that was what, 1996, right?
I started my career in cybersecurity, selling antivirus in 1996.
Wow, that is, such a long journey, and of course, banyak gila experience, guys. Jangan lupa kalau korang ada apa-apa soalan, sekali lagi untuk lekat soalan tu, letak soalan tu dekat chat box, dan siapa tahu korang mungkin menjadi pemenang bertuah untuk menang special giveaway, okay, daripada partner kita iaitu Hukum Malaysia. So we're looking for 3 lucky winners. Jangan lupa juga korang boleh scan di QR code dekat tepi sini ni, okay. Scan dekat phone korang sekarang juga, ataupun korang boleh klik link dekat comment section, dan kita orang punya Unify Consultant akan set appointment dengan anda untuk jawab segala soalan-soalan yang anda ada. Okay, so dengan itu tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, kita mulakan dulu dengan topik kita pada hari ini, which is again cloud, which is orang tahu bukan cloud awan ya guys, which cloud storage, di mana anda boleh simpan data-data anda dekat satu, long story short, in a server that is often located, sometimes not in Malaysia, outside of Malaysia, dekat sini tu. So mesti ramai yang tertanya-tanya, cloud storage ni adakah dia selamat? Apa akan jadi kalau server tu rosak? Adakah dia lebih menjimat duit? Bagi Zoe, even though Zoe tak buka business, I'm a freelancer, I also use cloud storage, which is very, very, very important. Sekarang kita dah tak ada dah nak contoh benda simple, printing. Dah tak payah nak bawa pen drive, dah tak payah nak bawa hard drive. Boleh saja letak dekat korang punya email atau letak dekat korang punya cloud, and then pergi dekat kedai, and then kedai semua dah ada internet, dorang boleh just print straight untuk anda. So with that, I want to speak to Mr. Hon first, cause a lot of kerisauan pasal keselamatan cloud usage. Can you just tell us quickly, in your 26 years of business journey, macam mana you start, and then what's your personal opinion about cloud storage?
Hi, yes. To simplify my business, I hire hackers. But of course, the ethical one. You hire hackers? Yeah, I hire hackers, but of course, the ethical one, they know how to hack. So what they do is that they help our customer to see what is their system vulnerability or weakness. So sebab hackers are actually used the same way. So we learn how hackers compromise or hack your system. But what we do is that we give recommendation, help them to prevent themselves from being hacked again. Okay. So which is why that is what we do to help them to prevent, so that they can do more business using internet, using cloud.
Right. Yeah. That's actually very interesting. So with these hackers, of course, like you don't simply do your customers like say, okay, this is our security. try and hack us? Is that the situation whenever you do meeting?
Okay, of course, we cannot just simply hack people without the consensus. It become a criminal. So whenever a customer say, hey, I want to do more business now, and I worry that what if there are bad guys, cyber criminal, want to steal my data, want to corrupt my files, what do I do? So I said, okay, Mr. Customer, let us first find out what is the possibility of the hackers or the bad guy can hack into your system. How do we do that? We ourselves will actually look into the area. We will behave like a hacker already. We actually scan to find, okay, these are the possible loophole and weakness that people can come in and do something naughty on you. With that, we give you the recommendation, okay, sir, these are the possible area that the bad guy can come in. And the way to secure it is to do A, B, and C, depending on the situation.
Right.
So which is why that gives them the confidence, hey, after we do all this hacking assessment, then we can give the report, then they close up the gap, they solve the problem, then they'll be more confident to do more business already.
I see. Okay, with that, Miss Tara, of course, you don't deal with hackers personally, right? Because your business model here is accessories. So I want to know about how did you started in Hoko Malaysia, and how does cloud actually help you connect with your employees, and how does it make your operation amongst your employees a lot smoother? Because now I'm like, are the employees in your company also hackers? Do they also try to hack and get more phone covers or something?
Oh, no, actually not. So actually mobile accessories industry is more to like, how to say it? We actually looking for investors and also them to do setup, training, and marketing. So normally we use cloud into communication within internal and external operation. So bila kita mau share roadmaps, what are the information, so we can go through our investors through cloud, so that we can synchronize in between each other.
Right.
Yang we found out that is actually better lah, because dulu kan kita guna hard disk kan.
Kan.
Sekarang kan dia used to flooded, natural disaster. So all the information, so semua sudah like you are struggling for, all the information is gone.
Yeah, I know, right? And some more to use like now we can say last time pen drive, that 2 GB pen drive was I don't know what's the price now, like 80 ringgit or like 100 plus ringgit. Now you can get cloud storage for as cheap as 4 ringgit, as cheap as 8 ringgit, depending on which cloud storage provider you are using lah. So this is something interesting, guys. Kalau korang fikir TM ni dia just ada internet sahaja, serupa-rupanya mereka pun ada terjebak dalam dunia cloud storage ni. So Cik Mazlan, boleh tak cerita sedikit tentang your role in the company, and where does actually TM stand in the future of data storage, especially here in Malaysia?
Thank you, Zoe. Boleh, apa pula tak boleh. TM ni memang kalau you tengok TM kat mana-mana kan berada. Jadi kita memang peranan kita daripada dulu 100 tahun lepas dah pun adalah bersama-sama rakyat Malaysia, business di Malaysia, SME dan juga big corporation dan juga government. Dan peranan kita ni sebenarnya kalau nak ikutkan bukan saja terletak pada macam Zoe kata tadi kan, bagi unifi atau internet access saja. Tidak. Sekarang ni kita dah pergi jauh lagi. Kita dah enablekan banyak data center. Mungkin ramai yang tak sedar, TM ni ada big data center, ada 9 data center di seluruh Malaysia dan ada 2 data center yang sangat besar, iaitu di Cyberjaya dan Iskandar Puteri di Johor Bahru. Kita panggil Twin Core Data Center, dapat penarapan Tier 3 daripada Uptime Institute. Apa dia Tier 3 ni? Maknanya semua redundant. Kalau katakan elektrik tak ada di Malaysia ni, kita masih mampu bertahan selama lebih daripada 25 hari pun tanpa elektrik, because our backup generator dan sebagainya. Jadi maknanya kalau data simpan dekat data center TM ni, insya-Allah tak ada isu lah dari segi macam mana nak dapatkan data tu balik, nak buat kerja dan sebagainya. Jadi peranan saya, Zoe, untuk memastikan kita menolong enablekan perjalanan digital daripada digital journey company-company SME di Malaysia supaya mereka ni mudah dan dapat pembimbing. Kadang-kadang kita tak tahu banyak sangat jargon, banyak sangat terminologi baru. Macam tadi Zoe sebut dulu pakai pen drive. Zaman saya mungkin dengan Hon dulu, Hon, you ingat lagi tak kita pakai disket 1.5 megabyte, bukan gigabyte tau, megabyte.
Kena
So
masuk the
sekarang ni
slot
kalau
tu.
1.4 megabyte, saya rasa MP3 satu pun tak lepas Hon.
Yeah.
But you just imagine today, people consume data kan. I rasa Zoe ni, I tak tahu lah you minat Korean movie or not, right?
Minat.
You minat kan. Kalau you were to download a movie kan, satu jam punya movie tu lebih kurang dalam lebih daripada 10 ataupun 100 gigabyte. So imagine dia memang tak muat lah dalam pen drive kita. That's why sekarang ni kita pakai streaming, betul?
Betul.
Kita tak payah nak download pun, tetapi content provider yang buat business untuk streamkan yang Zoe duk tengok BTS ke apa tu kan dekat YouTube tu, dia kena simpan semua konten ni dalam storage. Sekarang di Malaysia, TM dah ada dah semua fasiliti ni. Tinggal lagi kita nak berkongsi dengan rakan-rakan bisnes kita. Nanti Miss Tera pun dia akan share. Macam mana dia buat e-commerce business, tak ada kedai tapi you still boleh dapat barang sampai kat rumah. Macam anak-anak saya dah sekarang. Beli, saya tak tahu bila dia beli, tapi saya kena bayar sebab saya dia pakai COD. Zoe. I juga, bapak dia juga yang bayar kan. Okay. So all this information, business dah bergerak kepada digital. Government pun dah buat My Digital, inisiatif yang mana kita nak naikkan lagi gross domestic punya produk atau GDP kepada 22.6% by 2025. Jadi apa peranan kita sebagai penggerak pendukung bisnes untuk bantu SME di luar sana? Jadi hari ni kita cerita tentang macam mana cloud ni selamat ke tak? Ekonomi ke tak, ada maknanya untung ke pakai cloud ataupun pakai pen drive masih okey lagi pada hari ni? Okey Zoe, kita buka macam tu dulu. Boleh?
Boleh. Kita nak sambung cerita sebenarnya dekat Miss Tara, balik kepada Miss Tara since you mentioned her name just now. So let's actually answer that question by Encik Mazlan. Miss Tara, specifically for you, like he said, you know, nowadays you don't even have to have a pastel mortar shop anymore. Boleh je pergi dekat mana-mana, buka online, you know, you can have your own website, and then open your own cloud, then dah boleh simpan all of your storage inside there, right? So in your business, do you use cloud a lot, and is it actually very economical in your business, and is it actually time saving?
For me, yes. Because we do a lot of traveling. So kita kan since we traveling, we need a lot of costing like accommodation, traveling expenses, traffic, selalu traffic kan on the road. So with these three condition, actually it makes it very costly. So kalau we use all by cloud, or you know, it's easy for us to transfer data in and there instead of traveling using a lot of time.
Yeah, faham. So instead of like, let's say you have let's put it in now the pandemic punya retrospect lah kan. Nowadays, especially masa kita tengah lockdown, we couldn't travel from interstate and we couldn't even travel pergi luar negara. So in your business meetings when you guys were still in the pandemic, in lockdown, you cut off a lot of, like you said, you tak travel dah, and you only do most of your businesses through Zoom and through, you know, through Gmeet or whatever medium that you use. So how agak-agak, let's say in 5 business meetings, how often do you actually open up your cloud to do your presentation?
Normally every day also we need to meet a lot of clients. So instead of traveling, so actually we save, like normally you have to meet 10 customer. So 10 customer traveling, correct? So maybe at MCO you use probably about 4 to 5 hours, you have finished the whole meeting.
Yeah. There we go. Exactly. I totally understand where you're coming from. Even now, like for example guys, kita tengah, biasanya kalau dulu nak tengok forum macam ni, kena pergi dekat satu location tu and then jumpa all these experts. Tapi sekarang through Facebook, through, you know, Zoom, you can even do it already. So coming back to Encik Mazlan, how do you see TM's role in supporting future business environment on using more cloud storage here in Malaysia? Macam mana TM nak educate, especially SME di luar sana yang mungkin dekat pedalaman contohnya yang mungkin tak pasir IT lagi kan untuk encourage mereka guna cloud storage ni?
Good question, Zoe. I think coming back to di awal tadi, kalau tuan-tuan dan puan-puan berkesempatan dengar masa Zoe cerita, register lah Unify services dan automatically will be onboarded on Unify Business Club. So basically, we here at Unify, we offer 3S. Biasa 3S ni Zoe biasa dengar kat mana? Dekat service center, right? Dia sell, dia service dan dia juga ada jual spare part. Dekat Unify pun kita ada 3S for your information, Zoe. What is 3S for Unify Business? Yang pertama, we have complete solution. S pertama ialah solution. So whatever solution you need for your business, insyaAllah, we can offer to you because we have full-fledged products coming from connectivity, voice, also digital solutions. So when it comes to the needs of the business, insyaAllah, we have all those solutions. That's number one.
Right.
S number two is we have local support. Kalau perasan dekat mana-mana, kita every corner of the country, kalau you pergi, you happen to see TM punya logo, TM Point, dan ada juga kadang-kadang agent kita yang menjual di tepi jalan dan sebagainya. So we have local support everywhere. Jadi kalau macam tadi Zoe kata, I ni tak pasti IT, I'm not IT literate, right? So how can I get on board doing business macam Hoko, jual aksesori online? So kita tahu buat macam tadi, kita tengok ada 6 video tadi bercerita tentang bagaimana peniaga yang biasa sudah menggunakan cari at Unify to advertise produk dia di online, betul tak? Jadi itu antara peranan kita untuk support our local entrepreneurs sebab kita ada di mana-mana. So access to us, cari orang yang baju logo, walaupun dia bukan staff PM, kadang-kadang dia dapat baju daripada mungkin pakcik dia ke apa, tapi mungkin kemungkinan besar dia tahu kat mana nak apa kata nak jumpakan dengan our Unified Business Consultant. That's number 2. We have local support. Number 3, we also strengthening SME community via our strategic alliances and partnership with agensi yang ingin membangunkan SME di Malaysia. Termasuk juga dengan SME Corp, dengan MDEC, dengan financial institution like DSN untuk bantu semua apa orang kata agensi dan organisasi ini yang memang ada objektif yang sama dengan PM. Kita nak empower lagi our entrepreneur supaya mereka menggunakan digital lebih banyak. We know that one day we cannot compete with those giants outside of Malaysia kalau kita tak adopt digital apa ni orang kata business dalam business kita hari ni kan. Walaupun dulu kita rasa orang jual kari park di tepi jalan tak perlu apa nak buat bisnes online ni Zoe kan. But today don't get surprised. I have a friend, in fact my family member as well, doing business, dia punya delivery untuk online lagi tinggi income compared to dine-in punya business. So that shows how the potential of digital business is if we know how to use it, utilizing community punya support that Unify has, and also our partners have, and I believe Hon dengan Tera pun agree with me, we need to work together. So I guess itu yang I rasa macam mana kami membantu SME di luar sana. Bukan saja dari segi produk, kita ada orang yang boleh support you, berdekatan dengan SME kita di luar sana. Dan juga kita ada ekosistem partner untuk build the competency. Kita bagi funding, kita bagi training. Hari ni kita buat webinar. Walaupun kita tak boleh berdepan, Zoe, tetapi ilmu masa kita boleh sampaikan. We can do sharing, we can, after dia, I would encourage everyone to ask questions. Yang kita boleh jawab, kita jawab lah. Yang tak boleh jawab, mungkin kita akan share another time. Tapi it's about access to that information without boundaries anymore. Itu yang kita nak bantu SME di luar sana, Zoe.
I love it. I mean, betul cakap Encik Mazlan. You know, nowadays, dengan kemudahan yang sedia ada, this is something that kalau I join mana-mana business talk, most of the entrepreneurs di luar sana yang mana betul-betul successful, they talk about having an ecosystem, guys, di mana kalau kita orang punya first sembang business, kita ada players from the delivery industry, players from the F&B industry, and we also had another who essentially creates the technology that we have nowadays that builds a better business. But with that also, macam Zoe cakap, ramai di luar sana mungkin tak fasih IT lagi, mungkin tak tahu level keselamatan cloud ni, adakah dia betul-betul selamat, and then apa yang sebenarnya orang perlu tahu sebelum memilih mana-mana cloud storage untuk simpan data-data mereka ke dalam storage space tu. So with that, Mr. Hon, I want to know, how safe is cloud usage right now, and what should our audiences know about cloud storage before they sign up to any providers out there?
Okay, thank you very much. Before I answer this, really I like to resonate what Encik Mazlan say is that in this world of globalization, I used to hear someone used to say that you have to walk fast, walk alone. Run fast, you walk alone. But you have to walk far, you have to go far, walk together with the group. Do it in leveraging as a group and collaboration. That's where we can gang up together in a gang fight, but to compete with the international player. When it comes to cloud security, imagine cloud is about connectivity into the internet. That means that anyone else also are accessing that, able to access the internet. So and your data is now stored with someone else, a third-party provider, and access over the internet. So you start losing the visibility and the control, not like those days. You have a server in your server room, in your office, you look at it, okay, my data is inside. But now, no, it's in the cloud. So, and quite naturally, when it comes to internet, when everybody can access, the security will be concerned and may be compromised. So, which is why, in fact, according to a statistic, which we just recently read, out of 27% of the 100%, 27% of organization has been compromised in the cloud. So that means that it's about like 1 out of 4 people has been compromised in the cloud. So hopefully, the rest of you are the remaining 3. And but this problem is going to get more serious. And when it comes to cyber security, is people talk about the confidentiality of the data, the integrity of the data, where no people have changed it when you want it, and the availability of data where you want it, that is there for you. But these 3 C, confidentiality, integrity, I, and A, availability, will be something that you have to look into totalistically. But when you get someone to actually do cloud backup for you, very often they actually will look into the availability. They want to make sure that they have the backup, the availability for you. But very often, the confidentiality of the data and the integrity of data is something that they may not be able to actually do much if you are actually engaged some of the not so reputable cloud service provider. So this is something that you might want to look into, whether do you have the accessibility to look into the policy, the setting. In fact, the top reason why data has been compromised and breached, which is some of them, like for example, number 1, the misconfiguration. Have you configured properly when you do your cloud or your backup? And and then another main reason of data being leaked out, being exploited, is that it's probably by your own user accidentally, ignorantly make some mistake, or sometimes maybe it's purposely. So human can be one of the major issues. In fact, statistics has shown that 23% of data leak out is due to the configuration setting is not right. 15% of the leak out is because of the human, either purposely or accidentally. And then the third thing is that another 15% of the data leak out is because maybe account being compromised. That means that there are some weaknesses, is a vulnerability, and then people hack into your system. That is only 15%. We have seen a lot of movies about hacker, but at the end of the day, once we look carefully, actually hacking is only 15% of the reason why a data being leaked out in the cloud. And the other 14% is the vulnerability. At the end of the day, there are quite a few reasons, but there are ways to actually solve this problem to make sure that it's safe. But at the end of the day, the message is it's not safe, but you can do something about it. That shouldn't stop you from adopting more cloud. I hope that gives you some idea about the security of the cloud.
I mean that's actually very true. You know, whenever I'm actually shocked the fact that you brought up it's only what 15%, right? 15% that you said.
Yeah. It's
Data
hackers.
data is coming from hackers. Because I expected slightly more. You know, with that, coming back to Encik Mazlan then, memandangkan Unify ataupun TM sendiri ada storage, cloud storage ni, apakah future plan untuk Unify Business dalam data storage for cloud? Are you guys gonna hopefully open more storages in the future, ataupun it's more about strengthening the security and the efficiency of your storage?
Okay, very good question. I guess that's a fundamental punya, things that secara objektifnya kami letakkan peranan kami bukan sahaja orang kata nak offer that storage Zoe, tapi yang paling penting adalah apa benefit yang our end customer will enjoy it. Pertama, saya rasa tadi Hon dah address on the security. Orang mungkin rasa macam bila letak dekat cloud, it's accessible to anyone, right? On the internet. It's less secure, but actually you letak dekat on-premise lagi tak secure compare you letak dekat cloud most of the time. Why? Contohlah Terra, dia simpan ada satu information yang sangat-sangat critical, disimpan dalam dia punya locker. But I have the keys to access to the building. I also know how to break into Terra's room, and I know for the fact that Terra suka simpan dia punya file ataupun dokumen dalam satu tempat. There you go. Without password pun I boleh ambil information daripada Terra, right?
Oh, Miss Terra dah kancong dah habis dia punya storage kat office tu.
Exactly. But now, with proper cloud security, I ambil example senang dengan TM lah, because I know how we build the infrastructure, physical and also the digital aspect. So physical data center kita, dia ada 9 lapisan security yang sebelum you boleh masuk, nak pergi masuk dalam bilik dan access to the data. Physical server. So daripada depan tu you masuk, you parking, jumpa dulu guard yang pertama, nak masuk lagi ada ID, you kena thumbprint lah, lepas tu nak kena imbas kad, lepas tu kalau you tak buat proper appointment, you tak boleh masuk. That's a 9 level of physical security you kena go to dulu. So maknanya tak ada cara, I boleh ambil data Terra kalau disimpan dalam data center ataupun cloud storage TM. Itu nombor satu. Okay, dari segi digital pula, you nak access tu satu, definitely you kena ada password, right? So you can protect that. But we also have like cyber security punya defense. For the network, we have that network security. For the data, kita akan implement lagi encryption. Apa dia encryption ni? Maknanya kalau you buka file tu tanpa key, memang you tak dapat apa-apa pun, Terra. Apa tu, Zoe? As good as you dapat garbage lah. So we implement juga encryption. Dan kita boleh juga buat, kalau untuk password tu, on top of password, boleh buat lagi apa ni panggil sebagai multi-factor authentication, MFA. So yang ni kalau you hafal password saya pun tak boleh buat apa-apa, sebab dia ada another secondary password yang dia akan minta daripada saya sebagai individu yang sebenar that has privilege untuk access to the data. So in short, in a summary, apa kelebihan ataupun yang apa kami nak buat untuk cloud storage yang kita offer kepada our customer adalah, pertama, you have peace of mind in terms of the solution yang locally reside in country, bukan berada di luar negara. In the event kita ada malapetaka, natural disaster atau benda yang kita tak doakan tapi mungkin berlaku peperangan dan sebagainya, if we host your data outside of the country, you can't get access to data anymore because kabel dasar laut yang menghubungkan data center kita ni dah terputus kemungkinan because natural disaster. Kalau katakan international punya embargo, dia buat polisi yang mana-mana negara lain tak boleh access to dia punya asset lagi, dan there you go. Kalau you hostkan your data, simpan dalam storage yang berada di luar negara, again you have that difficulty. So it's become our national pride and also positioning when we invested untuk bina data center kita untuk safeguard the interest of our local users and customers, be it government, businesses and also rakyat Malaysia. So yang ni orang mungkin tak nampak, tetapi peranan yang kami ambil sebagai tanggungjawab besar untuk offer most affordable, scalable, secure. You ada local support lagi. You buatlah kerja you, buat bisnes bagus-bagus. Don't worry about the size. Don't worry about the security. I ada security guru and expert to assist me and assist. I have my e-commerce lady here to assist perhaps macam mana nak buat e-commerce properly, and as an infrastructure provider and also digital asset provider for SME, we are here to help fellow SME. Zoe, thank you.
Right. I love it. I love it. I would never to think now. I macam wow. I would never want to possibly go to the office now dekat yang paling dekat ni dekat apa Cyberjaya lah kan.
Cyberjaya, yes, yes.
9 security step guys.
Betul.
9. Itu pun tak guarantee lagi dapat masuk tau. Very very interesting. With that, Miss Tara, I actually want to ask your opinion. After hearing, all of the steps and the security measures that specifically for TM they take in protecting their storage unit, are you very confident now in using cloud? And what do you think, or how can you improve your business by using cloud in the future?
I think yes, because ada 9 security.
Yeah, 9 security.
Actually, it's very good and actually it's very convenient. So like in future, actually we are in a franchise business model, you see. So it helps us to improve our efficiency within our staff training within Malaysia lah. So whichever structure that we could share to our client, so we expand. I think we could expand to other countries as well. Maybe this is what I think.
Right. Because a lot of people don't know that phone accessories is actually a very big business. Like macam kalau orang suka, and everyone sekarang ada phone. Semua orang ada kalau dulu semua ada the digital keypad phone. Kalau dulu nak tukar phone cover tu, kena buka the phone and then kalau dulu saya lah ambil kertas, lukis and then ganti dia punya cover tu dengan apa lukisan kita. Tapi sekarang with the ever rising creativity, especially in having phone mobile accessories, and mobile accessories ni guys bukan phone cover je, kita tak fikir pasal dia punya lanyard, kita fikir pasal those small things yang cucuk dekat cover all the lubang-lubang tu, macam-macam lagi guys, daripada sangatlah kalau kita tak habis nak cerita ni. And you want to expand, like you said, banyak you talk to your investors menggunakan cloud storage to get your presentation and then memudahkan business. Where do you just off topic a little bit, Miss Tara, kalau you said you want to expand overseas, where do you want to expand now? Where do you want to hopefully see Hukum Malaysia?
Still keep it nearer, like Brunei.
Oh, Brunei, I love Singapore.
Singapore, Brunei,
Indonesia, Thailand.
Just nearby lah, neighbor country. But it's easy for us to communicate, you see. It's better than you sampai sana, you show your product and then you talk to them, use you probably 1 week or 2 weeks in other countries.
Yeah, and then not sure if they, like you said, to do all these meetings, you have to travel lah, makan lah, ni lah. Sekarang boleh buat Zoom meeting and then if they proceed, happy. If they don't proceed, then you don't have to travel so much, right? We're going back to Mr. Hon a little bit. So after processing, what Encik Mazdan said and, how they ensure that they, again, have this 9-step security, and we know that security is very, very important in terms of storing data. What do you think, or how do you think your industry can improve in terms of security, in terms of safeguarding data information in the cloud?
Yeah, okay. In fact, first of all, is that just now we talked about the cloud. It is very crucial to actually, when you find a cloud service provider, find someone that's reputable, where they already comply with some of the international standard, the many steps of verification, making sure that the data is always available. So this standard like ISO 27000 is one of the standard. I'm sure that TM actually has got compliance of all this, so that they actually make sure that the security is in place for the confidence of the customer. But as a service provider like us, we are actually looking into very much on the user behavior, because in fact, if there are certain security awareness that is implanted in your practice, your day-to-day practice, you also would have actually saved yourself from a lot of cyber security risks. So, for example, make sure that you change your password, you actually implement 2-factor authentications, and What are the email that you can read, you cannot click. Because there are a lot of times cybersecurity exploitation happen because someone send you some email who look legitimate, but actually at the end of the day, when you click on it, it becomes this thing called phishing email. And that's how it started making your environment being compromised. So these are the basic knowledge, and we always say knowledge is power, and also knowledge, ironically, is free. You can also always go into YouTube, find out some of this information about the do's and don'ts of practicing your IT projects. From there, you will be able to actually greatly reduce a big risk from all these hackers. Number one. Number two is that security is a responsibility not only on the cloud service provider. Of course, make sure the cloud service provider comply with certain standard. They have certain things in place. That is very important. But making sure that your users are constantly updated with your own latest patches, latest knowledge, and update your latest version to make sure that nobody can exploit you. That is also very crucial. So these are the things that we strongly recommend, and sometimes we help our customers to make sure they patch out the system, they updated the latest version, and then they have the knowledge of do's and don'ts.
All right, I love it. It's the same as when you, for example, if you live in an apartment, right, but you don't lock your door, you cannot just hope the security will jaga your whole apartment. There's like 300 other people living there, so you also have to do your part in making sure that your home, or in this instance, your cloud storage is safe. This is something I'm actually, before we actually go on to reading the questions that we have from our audience, sekali lagi kalau korang nak letak soalan, okay, ada apa-apa soalan nak tanya kepada Cik Hon, Cik Mazlan ataupun Miss Tara, korang boleh je letak soalan anda dekat comment section. Tim kita orang sedang memilih soalan dia. Bagilah soalan yang cepumas sikit. Before we go to the question, this is something, again, even I don't do it that often. I do it maybe once a year, or when I feel like, oh, hackers nowadays macam ramai. How often do we actually need to change our password? And how can we ensure that we don't continuously forget that we change our password?
Typically, we recommend customers to change every quarterly, every 3 months. Change your password, because according to some of the knowledge is that for someone to crack your password, it takes 2-3 months. So by the time they're able to crack your system, you already changed your password. So whatever they have spent the time is already wasted. They have to re-crack again. So which is why typically this is what we actually advise customers, every 3 months have a change of the password.
Alright, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. So jangan lupa untuk tukar password anda sekarang juga. Siapa yang tak tukar password tu, tolonglah guys, tukarlah password tu. Saya dah kena scam, saya kena hack sekali, saya dah fobia dah. So tolonglah rajin-rajin diri anda untuk tukar password ya. Dengan itu, let's head on over to our open Q&A. Sekali lagi kepada anda yang belum atau tak sempat lagi nak tanya soalan, boleh letak soalan anda dekat comment section. Dan kalau korang nak set up consultation bersama dengan tim Unify, korang boleh sahaja scan QR code yang tertera dekat sebelah ini, ataupun anda boleh klik dekat link dekat comment section down below ya. Kita ambil dulu soalan yang pertama daripada Nurul Aina Muhammad Razali. With the emergence of cloud provider in our local market, is there anybody that controls and regulates the services? I'm gonna open this up maybe to Cik Mazlan, since you have experience dekat, especially for Malaysia lah. Ada tak mana authority yang sebenarnya tolong regulate dan juga control servis ini?
Betul. Thank you, Nurul Aina. I think a good question coming from you. Definitely, I guess one also can chip in. I mean, with regard to controlling body ni, kita ada MCMC yang regulate all sort of digital services in Malaysia, plus kita ada juga NACSA, National Cyber Security Agency Malaysia, yang regulate with regard to cyber security itself. Jadi insyaAllah well taken care lah in terms of the governing bodies, the policy in place. Macam tadi Hon pun cakap, we've been certified PCI DSS in terms of our data center ISO 27001 for IT security policy and practices. So in terms of the expertise, governing bodies, policy, everything in place. So it's quite mature, I would say, in terms of the implementation or the usage. So the public, general public tak payah risau, but the best practices still kena buat. Macam tadi lah orang cakap kan, password tukarlah. Ada orang tu password, orang tu tak jauh pun. Kadang-kadang di sekeliling kita pun kan. Nama kucing dia kan, nama anak sulung dia, it's guessable punya password. So easy punya. Lepas tu kalau dia tukar password pun dia tambah abjad 1, 2, 3 kan, normal
Betul,
So,
normal.
Buatlah password yang, I mean bukanlah susah sangat kita ni. Kadang-kadang kita ni suka lupa kan, benda-benda macam tu kan. Tapi I rasa penting untuk tu. So Aina, again, yes, it's a regulated business, regulated services. We have policy, we have governing bodies that supervising this implementation, dan dia ada juga certification that we have to always comply and also need to get certified during that period lah. Kalau tidak, benda ni dia akan jadi haywire. Everybody can claim that they have cloud services, but which provider that you can trust? Because kita akan letak luar daripada tempat yang kita nampak, right? So this is important to have policy, to have governing bodies, to comply to that standards and policy, so that every entity, every user will feel safe and we will be protected. So I rasa yang ni memang telah diguna pakai dan diimplement di Malaysia. Thank you. Hon, perhaps you wanted to add something? Yeah.
Yeah, correct. Very true. MCMC and NACSA has actually got these guidelines to help the organizations to make sure that the data is secure. In Malaysia, we actually quite comprehensively have all this act in place. PDPA is another act that actually put in place to help us to actually make sure that the personal data will be well taken care, or else the director of the organization who process the data will be answerable for any leakage of the data. Number one. Number two, of course, is that there are various different international or industry certification body like ISO 27000, and those are the organizations that actually help you to actually, if you get a certification, you have to comply with some of the best practice standards, and then you get audited. If you are not comply, you audited, you fail, you will not be able to actually get the renewal of the certificate. So these are the various different organizations helping us to make sure that the standards of the services, the security are in place. Yeah.
All right, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. I want to give a big shout out to MCMC. They are also, again, macam diorang cakap, diorang apa-apa dari segi komunikasi, mereka akan memastikan keselamatan kita. We follow the regulation, we follow the highest standard that we need to follow. So again, thank you so much, Nurul Aina, for your question. Next up is another question from Nazrin Anwar yang bertanya, how easy is it to change from on-site hard drive to cloud storage? Maybe we'll get Miss Tara to answer that, and Cik Hun, if you want to give in some of your thoughts as well, you may.
Sure. Okay. In fact, there are various different service provider or solution provider for you to do the cloud. In fact, they themselves have some kind of agent software that you are able to download it into your applications, into your machine. And then from there, you can select what are the files that you want to update, which is very big, that can actually help you to actually staggeredly, because you want to make sure that all the file is uploaded as smooth, and halfway suddenly, if there are certain interruption of internet or anything that is interrupting, at least they can continue and make sure that it will be smoothly uploaded into the cloud. So different organizations, I don't mention those brands, for those cloud service provider, they also have the application for you to do the synchronization and update of the backup of the data. So don't worry about it. You don't have to just find a way to actually cut and copy and paste and drag and drop. In fact, it's quite easy, but every different cloud service provider, they have the application for you to do that, the backup.
All right. Okay,
Mr. Perhaps I can chip in my thought also on that question.
Oh yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I think I can understand the concern from our customer. I guess the example that Hon mentioned just now is spot on. For easy kind of backup, or we wanted to transfer from on-prem to cloud storage, is quite easy because there's a lot of agents or software that you can just install and then we'll do it for you, provided you configure it correctly. But when it comes to application migration, for TM, we have what we call as a smart hand service. Smart hand ni tangan pintar, penyuzui. So maknanya kita tahu yang customer mungkin akan ada pelbagai setting yang mungkin tidak semudah copy and paste. So dia kena ada macam staging environment whereby we have to test in parallel configuration lama dia on-prem sebelum mereka transfer 100% to cloud. So this professional services is part of the service we offer to our customer. For instance, if you wanted to, let's say, open a new branch or even wanted to open in a new country, we also can extend those kind of services on top of our cloud services. Because for cloud services, we have 3 categories of services: infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and also software as a service, right? So when it comes to the project management, it comes with smart hand. So rest assured, Zoe, nak data storage yang simple pun kita boleh bagi, self-service, DIY. Kalau sampai complicated macam nak transfer, I mean we have done that project lah for big corporate organisation in Malaysia where memang dia buat total punya migration from on-prem to cloud. We also have that expertise, and yeah, I guess it's not an issue to move from on-prem to cloud today because technology-wise it's well supported. Expertise-wise, we have local support, and in terms of technology provider or partner, they also will go hand in hand with us and customers. Thank you.
All right, very, very interesting. We're gonna go back to Miss Tara. Miss Tara's been a little bit quiet, so I hope you're also learning and picking up all the tips.
I'm actually still learning. Okay, so on my advice is I would say like on my part, I found it very convenient whichever I want to share my information and tips of business strategy. So my point of view is sharing is caring. So to our investors, how we train their staff, so how we communicate with them is always very we drag into the file to file, you see, so they can see it and learn from there easily, because we as you all just say, like something ecosystem. So we want to try it to make it as convenient as possible and follow the ecosystem so that I mean our investors or our investors employee, they are able to go through every file they want to see from there.
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We have one more final question untuk kita punya open Q&A session ni. So sekali lagi Zoe nak ucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada anda yang sudi bertanya soalan and of course are still here untuk sembang bisnes ni. Baiklah, soalan yang terakhir kita ada daripada Muhammad Hairi Yusri. Ni bertanya, what are the benefits of hybrid cloud for business? I think Ms. Tara touched in a little bit about it, but do you want to reshare what are some of the benefits that you have found from this hybrid cloud business model for your own business?
I think Mas Nan can share.
Okay, never mind. I think it's a bit technical question, Zoe, that one.
Boleh.
Maybe Hon dengan I akan berganding bahu tolong jawab. Tapi Tera
boleh. Silakan.
Okay. I think hybrid cloud is a term whereby you will use more than one type of cloud. Typically, private cloud, whereby your organization can access to that cloud infrastructure, and combination with public cloud, whereby the cloud services offered by the hyperscaler out there, namely macam contoh Google, Amazon, Microsoft, and kalau dekat local, PM lah. So, bila you kawinkan dua jenis cloud ni, dia jadi hybrid cloud. Another example of hybrid cloud whereby you have on-prem solution atau system. Contoh you ada server di office yang masih you nak access to that server. But certain services you menggunakan cloud infrastructure and cloud services to run the whole application. So this environment also we categorize sebagai hybrid cloud. So what's the benefit of hybrid cloud? Again, the question betul tadi kan. So sama juga kalau kita memandu kereta hari ni, dia ada kereta hybrid. Dia ada battery powered dan juga petrol. So of course the benefit ialah you have full control, you can optimize the cost, you also can see or also can take the benefit of both worlds. Contoh yang on-prem ni you need more control of the maybe juga in terms of the policy of your organization. Contoh dalam banking industry, you can't simply put everything on cloud. Even though the regulation going towards that, but currently still lagi very selective. But most of the processing yang tak ada kena-mengena dengan sensitivity of the data, you can offload, letak dekat cloud. So that you tak payah ada server besar-besar sangat dalam on-prem setup. Then you just use as a service. Bila as a service, bila pakai banyak baru bayar lebih. Kalau tidak, nak pakai satu pun because you kena beli server banyak sangat kan, RAM dan sebagainya. So cost you terus. The first time you nak invest tu dah tinggi, jump up terus. But with cloud, you just determine berapa banyak processing power, berapa besar storage, berapa speed you nak access to that information dan sebagainya. Then you can scale up when you wanted to have more transaction over a period of time. So hybrid have a beautiful punya benefits, and of course dia ada juga some weaknesses, because bila hybrid ni you open the doors kan, ada peluang untuk hacker ke siapa-siapa masuk ke dalam premise you, ataupun cloud yang berbeza ni pun bila you buka ada connector kan. Macam contoh jambatan tu mesti ada laluan yang ada mata-mata yang nakal kan. Dia akan start masuk lah. So dia ada some challenges and weaknesses, but advantages dia suppress lah the disadvantages. That's I think from me. Maybe Hon, you wanted to add?
Yeah, I think you have almost say most of the benefit. I think it's all about, to summarize it, it's about security. If you want to have some maximum security, I think some of the critical data, they still want to do it themselves, like especially financial institutions. They still want to keep it to their on-prem. The visibility is there. Right. And then also another one is performance. If there's some real-time, very critical performance matter, maybe some IoT thing where you need to actually respond fast enough to some of the machines, maybe you do not want to have cloud. So it depends on the business needs, but I think there is a benefit of on-prem versus a cloud, and then that's why they just want to reap the best of both worlds. So that is what I'm actually analyzed about the on-prem, the benefit, and there are more people actually doing that as well.
Right, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope kita orang punya guest hari ni dah pun menjawab soalan-soalan anda. Sekali lagi kita ucapkan terima kasih kepada Nurul Aina, Nazrin Anwar dan juga Muhammad Hairi Yusri atas soalan anda. Just to let you guys know, korang telah pun menang a special giveaway daripada Hukum Malaysia. So berikan tepukan untuk Hukum Malaysia dekat comment section ya teman-teman. Letaklah emoji clapping dekat sana, okay? Dengan itu tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, masa kita dekat Sembang Bisnes ni dah pun nak berakhir. Alah, sebenarnya kita banyak belajar tentang cloud storage hari ni. Sekali lagi sama ada dia selamat dan economical bergantung kepada bisnes anda juga. Tapi memang sangat-sangat selamat lah, tak payah nak risau dah. So kalau korang juga ada apa-apa komen ataupun korang nak bagi tips ataupun pendapat anda tentang cloud storage, boleh juga letak dekat comment section. Nanti mana tahu komen anda tu akan membantu usahawan dan juga usaha wanita yang lain di luar sana. Dengan itu, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, before we end our show here today, actually just want to ask a couple of tips or maybe advice, especially going forward in your business, siapa yang nak guna cloud di luar sana. Kita mulakan dengan Encik Hon dulu. Do you have any tips kepada mereka yang baru nak berjinak menggunakan cloud storage ni?
Okay, the tips that I want to talk about is that everybody talk about cost. Saving cost can actually make you very advantageous. We actually strongly encourage people to actually adopt cloud. And of course, security can be a business enabler. A lot of people thought, security, that means that you have to spend money on cybersecurity. But look at it as an enabler. You tell people, hey, I really need to spend some money on security. So compared to my competitor, I'm more secure. It's better to do business with me. So use that as an enabler to actually promote yourself to your customer. That is a good idea.
All right, I love it. Yeah. I love it. You know, guys, that's actually an amazing tip. You know, instead of like just telling you, hey, yeah, my service is the safest, tell why is your service is the safest. For Miss Tara, do you have, as somebody like me who's also learning about, you know, this journey, Miss Tara, do you have any advice, any tips for audiences at home?
My advice, I mean, you can plan. Plan, you just write in, and then after that you just cloud it, then make things easier. These are the that I think is which is going forward and to the future.
Alright, I love it. I love it. Again, guys, I love the advice is plan or your business and then keep it in your storage and then hopefully you guys don't forget about it. Okay, jangan letak data korang dalam storage dengan terus lupa. Rajin-rajin kalau akses data tersebut. Bagi Encik Mazlan pula, wakil daripada TM, kita punya host, main host for today. Any last advice, any tips nak bagi kepada our audiences at home, lagi-lagi kepada mereka yang baru nak subscribe untuk Unify Biz Package ni dan menjadi sebahagian daripada Unify Business Community ataupun Unify Business Club ni?
Terima kasih Zoe. Betul. Saya kalau nak bagi tips ni, saya kena ambil dengan penuh amanah. Sebab tips ni macam kita nak bagi satu benda yang berharga kan, Zoe kan?
Betul.
Saya fikir macam ni, bila kita bercerita tentang cloud security, dia secure ataupun ada benefit segi ekonomi atau tidak pada kita kan, it's about apa yang Hon bagi tahu tadi, the differentiator. If you were to go far, kata-kata Hon yang awal itu pun penting tu. You nak lagi laju, you boleh pergi seorang-seorang, tapi kalau nak pergi jauh, you kena berkawan-kawan. So sama juga dengan teknologi, cloud in particular, you need to make and embrace it today. Make the decision to step in, gunakan dulu dan lepas tu you akan nampak kenapa. Contoh saya nak bagi hari ni saya ada satu event penting, saya nak cari host. I dengar kata Zoe ni bagus, tapi I tak ada clue apa dia punya profile, dia punya pengalaman organize previous event, right? So of course I can just call Zoe dan Zoe can verbalize everything, but sometimes I'm driving ataupun I'm not free to talk to Zoe, so I prefer Zoe to send me dia punya profile. What if that profile tak ada dalam pen drive yang Zoe suka guna sebagai keychain dia tu, ataupun tak ada dalam email dia, then well, there you go, Zoe miss that opportunity. So business is about seizing or creating or pursuing, hunting for that piece of opportunity. Imagine that opportunity lies dekat data yang kita tak boleh access. So there you go. So think of that. Orang kata buat self-reflection, whether it's good for you or not, you have to decide. The technology is there. In terms of security, you have no worry at all because you have put in place what's necessary to safeguard your data. And in terms of economic punya benefit, kalau you kena buat benda secara manual, maksudnya decision akan jadi lambat. When you put it on the cloud, everyone can share and work on that piece of information for you to analyze and do better decision making. So I guess kalau nak Google, you akan jumpa banyak sangat benefit yang memungkinkan you akan nampak, wow, I should start now. And if you have any doubt, tak ada ilmu, tak tahu, reach out to our business consultant because we are here to guide you through. And I hope my fellow panelists pun akan bantu you. Of course, this is a 1 hour session tak cukup. Just nak spike your understanding. Cloud is way to go. Kalau you tengok Microsoft, a lot of organisation besar-besar, strategi dia memang cloud first, mobile first. So kita pun boleh adopt strategi yang sama untuk majukan lagi bisnes kita. Dan kami di sini, among our panelists will be with you. Dan insyaAllah satu hari nanti kita akan nampak you ada di puncak sana. So itu yang saya kata saya nak bagi ni, kena ada macam satu amanah. Sebab tips ni orang kata boleh bagi macam-macam. Zoe, so betul, you take that, buat self-reflection, dan I rasa you can analyze your decision. I think that's my sharing. Zoe, over to you. Thank you very much.
Alright, thank you so much, Encik Mazlan. You are 100%. Actually, you have described basically my work situation. Macam Encik Mazlan cakap, you always want to create, you want to seize the opportunity, especially kalau korang ada peluang depan mata korang. And then nak memudahkan kerja, boleh terus access data anda and then bagi dekat potential customer tu. So a lot to ponder here, ladies and gentlemen. Banyak sebenarnya soalan-soalan yang kita tak terjawab untuk sesi Sembang Bisnes kali ini. Jangan risau kepada korang yang tak sempat, kepada anda yang soalannya tak sempat dijawab. Kita orang punya expert hari ni akan stay for a little while dekat live stream ni and they will answer your questions in the comment section down below. So sekali lagi saya ucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada Encik Hon, Miss Tara and also Encik Mazlan sebab sudi bersama dengan kita orang dekat Sembang Bisnes hari ini. Kepada anda yang tak subscribe lagi ke Unify Biz Package, ini masanya untuk anda subscribe sekarang juga. sebab kami ada special package for as low as 100,000 guys, bukan 1,000, 139 ringgit untuk 100 Mbps. One more time guys, for 100 Mbps, you can subscribe for the Unified Business Package for as low as RM139, di mana anda juga secara automatik akan diregister sebagai member UBC dan anda juga dapat enjoy macam-macam benefit dan macam-macam privileges macam webinar ini. So kalau nak, boleh scan QR code dekat sini sekarang juga, ataupun korang boleh klik dekat link di comment section down below ini. So jangan lupa untuk follow UBC page to find out more on our latest activity dan juga promotion ya. Kalau tak follow, tak turn on notification tu, rugi. So macam Cik Mazlan kata, kita will always want to seize the opportunity. Kita nak sentiasa merebut peluang yang sedia ada. Until then, one more time, ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause untuk Encik Mazlan, Miss Sarah as well as Encik Hon sebab sudi lepak dengan kita orang hari ini, sudi berkongsi ilmu tentang cloud storage bersama dengan kami. So jangan lupa untuk check out UBC untuk aktiviti yang akan datang, untuk episod yang akan datang. Until then, I hope you guys have a lovely rest of the day, and kalau tak terlalu awal untuk saya ucapkan on behalf of Unify kepada anda yang berpuasa, selamat berpuasa ya. Kita jumpa lagi pada episod yang akan datang dekat Sembang Business. My name is Zoe. Until then, bye bye guys. Assalamualaikum.